Donald Trump has just signed a historic crypto bill into law. In this video, I want to go over what that bill is and what it means for the future of cryptocurrency. So let's get straight into it. So Donald Trump has just signed the Genius Act into law. Now this is a piece of legislation that enables the establishment of guidelines for banks and other entities that issue stablecoins and safeguards for stablecoin holders. Now this is massive because not only does it open the floodgates to more stablecoins being created, but it also gives guardrails for those who buy and invest in stablecoins. This is going to be a massive game changer. So what this basically means is that you no longer have to be a bank or a financial institution or related to the Federal Reserve to create your own stablecoin. So firstly, what is a stablecoin? Well, a stablecoin is simply a cryptocurrency that is maintained at a fixed value. So unlike Bitcoin, which may have been $1 for one Bitcoin 15 years ago, and it is now $120,000 for one Bitcoin, a stablecoin will be pegged. For example, if you peg a stablecoin to the dollar, then perhaps one token of that stablecoin might be $1 now, and it will be $1 10 years from now. It will not change its value. That is a stablecoin. Now, why have a stablecoin? What is the use case for it? Well, here's one. Imagine you're in the US and you have your sibling, your sister, in Mexico. You want to transfer that person $2,000. You will have to do an international transfer. That incurs a high cost. It can incur a cost of even around 5%. So you might transfer $2,000, but one of you are going to be paying $100 just for that transaction. And on top of it, it might take 3 or 4 working days to even get received. That is a long time. With stablecoins, you can remove all of that. Costs can be brought really low, like really low. And on top of that, transactions can be near instant. So you can see how this is going to be a game changer for international transfers. Now, other use cases will appear in time as more and more people start using stablecoins. It is just a matter of time. But really what this Genius Act does is it enables other companies, other entities to create their own stablecoins for their own purposes. And that is going to be big. Now, the reason why this is going to impact crypto is simply because it adds more legitimization to them. It reduces the risk factor. So this could impact Bitcoin indirectly because it simply gives more confidence to Bitcoin holders. But where this will really impact are the cryptocurrencies that these stablecoins are built on. For example, one of them, and the main one, is Ethereum. So there are a few major stablecoins, and that number will increase in time. However, what this means is that Ethereum, the network that all of these stablecoins are built on, I'd say all, most stablecoins are built on, is going to expand, and there will be a network effect. Now, Ethereum or Ethereum holders make money through gas fees. So what are gas fees? Well, just like I mentioned, international transaction fees, gas fees are in effect an equivalent. They're the transaction fees based on the Ethereum platform. So you can imagine that as more banks, as more institutions, as more companies start creating their own stablecoins built on Ethereum, there will be more transactions and therefore more gas fees. And the network effect will start to take hold. So this opens the floodgates to a lot. But I am not the only one who is bullish on Ethereum or has been bullish on Ethereum for a while. Let's take a look at what investor Tom Lee predicts for the future of Ethereum. So in a recent interview, he predicted that, in the near term, Ethereum will reach $5,000. Now, for context, they're currently at around $3,600 per coin. However, over the long term, Tom Lee reckons that Ethereum could be trading above $100,000 per coin. And I think he's going to be right. Now, who is Tom Lee? Tom Lee is a Wall Street strategist, and he has recently been appointed the chairman of the board of directors of a Bitcoin miner company called Bitmine Immersion Technologies. Now, their strategy is shifting, and what they will be doing is buying up as much Ethereum as they can. In fact, their aim is to secure 5% of Ethereum's supply. So just like how MicroStrategy are building up their Bitcoin reserves, Bitmine will build up their Ethereum reserves. At the moment, they apparently hold over 300,000 Ethereum, including options, as part of their strategy. And they have exposure to $1 billion worth of Ethereum. So yeah, in the future, they hope to expand this to 5% of Ethereum. That alone is going to be bullish. Now, let's take a look at Bitcoin, because I want to show you something. Bitcoin over the last 10 days or so has risen just under 10%. And it is currently, it looks like it's going to consolidate around here, maybe drop down a bit. But Ethereum, taking a look at it, has risen much more than 10%. In fact, closer to 40%, from around $2,500 per token to over $3,600 per token. That is a pretty monumental increase. And we're nearing the recent highs of around $4,100 per token. But as I mentioned, Tom Lee reckons that in time, given enough time, Ethereum will reach $10,000 per token, which is all the way up here. And to be fair, this new Genius Act could enable that, because it allows much more companies to create their own stablecoins built on Ethereum. So that is why myself, along with many others, are very excited about this bill and what it means for the future of cryptocurrencies. So let me know what you think in the comments. Are you invested? Are you not? Are you still skeptical? If you like the video, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.